Hello YouTube, I just got done with work. I'm about to drive home. I'm making a driving video because Andy X did one. I left a comment saying, maybe I should do one. He said, yes please. So Andy, here you go, making my driving video. You can see my office in the background behind me as I turn. Some of you have seen a few clips from here. I just got done teaching a math review right before the Super Bowl. Timed it so everyone could get home, get to their parties before the Super Bowl. All right, now I'm going to turn the camera. This is the car I'm driving home, okay? I no longer have the one car that was shown in a video a little while ago. I had a convertible at one time in my life and just missed having a convertible, okay? So I got one again. And the fun part is I can have fun with my keys. The window's all open from the keys. And wait for it. It's groaning, the top comes off. Okay? Just so everyone knows, it is a BMW. Okay? I did not buy this car new. We can see a little ducky in the back. I'm going to have to do something with that ducky before I drive. With the top down, it might blow out. Literally. Okay? It's dirty. I'm going to a car wash on the way home. That's one stop I'm doing on the way home. I'm going to have to do something about that license plate showing up. I'll cover it up in video encoding. But there we go. Here's my car. Here's the ride we're going to go home. I've got a windshield mount for the camera. I'm going to put the camera on the windshield, and we'll get started in a minute. In case anyone's curious what a windshield camera mount looks like, this is it. This camera weighs less than this windshield mount does. This thing's almost all metal, except for around the suction cup. It's plastic, but this whole mount arm back here is metal. I got off Amazon.com. I think it was $25 for this thing. Camera screws in there. So I'm going to get the camera up on it, and we'll get going. And here's the inside of the car, just so you can see it. Okay. Leather dash. That's some sort of special wood. I don't know what it was. Okay, again, I did not buy this car new. Alright, got it mounted to the camera. The window. This will be interesting. With the top down, there might be some noise. Okay. Now, we're going to have a talk as we drive, because I'm going to end up driving through the city a little bit, and the freeway a little bit, and we're going to see what the freeway noise is. I'm shutting off the AC because I don't need it on with the top up, and putting her in gear. This thing is not a standard. I don't think I could have bought a standard in this model. I don't think they make them. Just really don't think they do. But let's talk about this as I drive, shall we? Challenges. I was going to do a rant video on challenges, and I was going to do a rant video on practice. So I'm going to combine them right here. Practice and challenges. Okay? First off, we need challenges in our life to grow. Some people will argue with that and say we don't need challenges. Some won't, some will. I know a lot of people avoid challenges. Okay? I quite often don't. I think most of you can tell that by the models I tend to pick to build. I don't always pick the easiest model on the planet to build. I mean, come on, let's look at the Brocuri Cruiser. The thing was nothing but seams. Godzilla, King Ghidorah. Those things were crazy, crazy, crazy with seams. Absolutely crazy. All right? I mean, ridiculous with seams. But at the end result is, the next time I come across one of those models, I'll just fly through it and I'll do a wonderfully great job of it. All right? So that is the end result. Take the challenge, you grow. Okay? I'm not afraid of challenges. Sometimes I'm a little envious of those that don't take the challenges, because I can see some people building 4 or 5 models a month, and I build like 3 a year. And I'm going to do some models like that so I can challenge myself in different ways. I'm not challenging myself enough with paint. Okay? My painting skills are kind of okay in my opinion. It's my weak spot to me. I can do seam filling, I can do lighting, I can modify, I can scratch build. I'm just weak in the painting because I haven't done enough of it. So in the upcoming months, I'm going to start working on my painting skills. That's where I feel I'm lacking. That's where the experiment for rust come from. I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could learn how to do rusting. With all the knowledge I've read, all the book knowledge, it was time to apply it. All right? And that's where practice comes in. Once you acquire that skill, you got to practice that skill to keep that skill. Just one of those things I think I need to do. Okay? I tell my students these things all the time. Like, I just got through with a student. We met after the review session, because I could tell during the review session it was just overwhelming her. It was just getting her. Okay? She was having a real hard time with the material. And she said, "Why do I need to take this class?" Well, the official storyline is you need to take the math class to learn logical thought. But the way those math classes are taught, there isn't much logical thought to them. I think some of the teachers teach those classes so that they can have revenge on people they had when they were younger. You know, they're the nerdy people, and the football players picked on them all the time. Well, now the football players in their class, so they can just say, "Ha, I got you." Because some of these teachers just have bad attitudes and just punish. Others don't. Others are actually trying to help them. So I'm not so sure the official line of learning logic is completely there. Because again, the way some of these classes are taught, they're not being taught that way. You can't learn the logic behind what's going on. But I digress. I told her the reason you're there is for personal challenge. It doesn't matter what they tell you. It doesn't matter what your curriculum says. You are there for personal challenges, to grow as a person, to overcome obstacles put in your way. Okay? And I told her to help overcome those challenges, you need to practice. Once I teach you something, you have to practice it. Because if you don't practice it, you're going to forget it, and you're going to have a hard time when your test comes up. That's what's going on there. Okay? So, I'm just saying that challenges are there for a reason, so we can learn. Alright? Now, having said that, I got some people looking at me funny because I'm at a stop sign talking to a camera in the car. How often do you see people driving down the road talking to a camera? Almost never. That's part of the fun in life, right? Getting funny looks out of people as you drive around and get convertible helmet hair. But, upcoming, let's talk about what's going on my channel and an update. Most of you know I got married in May. We bought a house in August. We've unboxed almost everything in the house. We haven't put everything away yet. We still have some curtains and drapes to put up and some photos to put up on the walls. But other than that, we've got everything unboxed. We've got almost everything organized and put away where we want it. All of that had to come from somewhere, and it came from my model building. That's in part why I've been moving so slow with it. I've literally spent a couple of months without doing much model building. Okay? That's changing. The experiment with rust shows that. I'm getting back to doing some model building. I'm afraid we're going to get some wind noise on the camera, and there's not much I can do here other than stop recording, because I'm getting to the faster speed areas. But I can just talk louder too. Again, what I'm saying, I haven't been doing much model building, but since we're getting most of this done and calmed down, I'm able to get an hour or two a week back at it. It's not like where it was when I was single. When I was single, I got far more than an hour or two done a week. But, hey, you know, give and take. Nellie's a wonderful woman. I'm not going to give up that time with her, ever. I want to spend the time with her, because she is such a good woman. Okay? She deserves time spent with her. And Bibi, she deserves time spent with her as well. Okay? And I'm going to spend that time with those two ladies. But we're getting it worked out. We're getting the schedule worked out where I can do some model building. So you're going to start seeing some stuff. Mercury 9, I've been working on it. I've almost got all the electrical done on the Mercury 9. I just have a little bit of that left. The experiment with rust, you'll see the next video. I've actually done some of the rusting, okay? And I'm going to be where we can start seeing the experiments with it, start actually doing it on the Talos itself. I'm going to have to shut down recording. I'm about to get on the freeway, and I know with the wind noise, you guys aren't going to hear a thing. But with the Talos, again, I'm about ready to start working on the diorama base on it. I've done work on some of the soldiers. I'm splitting time between Talos and the Mercury 9. I want them both done by March. Okay? The Gundam needs to be painted too. Alright, I gotta cut this off. It's gonna get loud. Okay, now I figured something out. I've been recording on and off the whole drive back. I'll put those clips in here so you guys can see them. I've been touching the screen trying to record, and it hasn't shown. I stopped to get the car washed, and there's a huge line for the car wash. We are 30 minutes away from the Super Bowl. I'm not going to wait in a 25-minute long line to get the car washed 30 minutes before the Super Bowl starts. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So instead, I'm headed home. Okay? And the shopping center is actually crazy full of people, which is nuts. And they're not behaving themselves as they drive. So we're sitting still. So getting back to what I was talking about before I got on the freeway, basically, the RX-78, it still needs to be painted, and I'm aware of that. If I can squeeze some time out somewhere, someplace, it's going to get painted. I haven't done it because painting that thing to me is going to be a challenge. And it's a challenge I haven't had time for just yet. I've wanted to spend my time on other things. I want that Mercury 9 done. It's not going to become a shelf queen. It's too close to finished. Okay? I just have a teeny bit more of electronics work, and I'm just throwing her together. You'll see that in the video coming up very shortly. I'm going to put the Mercury 9 video up very soon. Okay? But anyhow, at Scale Model Addict, I don't know if it's been announced yet or not, but I know some people know this already, and there's some mention of it on the website in the public areas. The spring contest is coming, and it starts March 1st this year. I haven't made my plans yet for the spring contest. I'm working on it, okay? And I'll get it figured out really soon, really quick. All right? Most likely, it'll be something off the usual. Nowhere near as complex or involved as the Mercury 9 was. That was far too complex. I should not have tried to do that and get married in the middle of the contest. You know, I was just nuts there. Had I not been getting married and I was single, I could have pulled that off. Being married? That was too much. So don't expect anything as complex or as big as that. I'm going to do something simpler. Okay? I've got ideas. I've got plenty of models to work through. Another thing I've been thinking about doing is start and review some of the rarer models I have. I have got a lot of models that I just searched for days, months, years on eBay to get. Just various places. I didn't get them all off eBay. I walk in a hobby shop like I did in El Paso and find something that's been sitting on the shelf for years and buy it. So I got quite the collection on my hands. So I'm thinking about adding that, just doing some out-of-box reviews. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Okay? I've got an electronics update to redo. I don't like it. I did it. I did the video on it, and I don't like how it came out. I was feeling time pressure at the time. I did it. I had very little time available. That's just not a good one. Okay? To feel that time pressure, to feel it's got to be done now. So I'm going to redo it. Put some enthusiasm in it and some happiness. That's what it needs. Sorry, coughing. I've had an ear infection for like a month now. Went to the doctor. He gave me some medicine for it. Turns out I was allergic to the medicine. Spent the last 3 days with a high fever and a full body rash. It was fun. Still have the ear infection though. Anyhow, I'm getting near home. About to enter my subdivision. Now, some of you know I live in Texas. This is a small Texas town. You can drive all the way across the town in about, literally, 10 or 15 minutes on the freeway. Okay? 10 or 15 minutes on the freeway. It's a college town. Texas A&M is here. So there's a lot of money floating around. The college students, with 45,000 of them attending A&M, and they just bring money in from everywhere and dump it. There's college professors being paid, lots of research being done here. So you name it, it happens. So there's some nice homes in this area, nice subdivisions, nice all sorts of things, okay? And, well, I live in a nice subdivision. My job actually pays me fairly well. And I'm fairly happy with it. Plus, if you're frugal and you're careful with your money, you can buy nice things in life. It's one of the things I tell the wife is I'm a bargain hunter. I don't buy anything for full price unless I have to. I didn't buy this car at full price. I got quite a discount on it. You just got to learn how to do these things. So being frugal with money, being a good shopper, good things to be in life. Well, I'm almost home. I'm probably about 2 minutes from the house. We're going to a Super Bowl party at a friend's house. I'll take the video camera, but I don't know how much we're going to videotape. Probably going to end up putting the top back up on the car because it's 68 degrees outside. While I don't find that very cold, the wife, she does. And I'll drive around without the top on all day long at 68 degrees as long as the sun's shining and be comfortable and happy. But the wife's a different story, and I'm not going to do that to her. Okay? So I'm here at the house. I was going to back in, but I don't really want you guys seeing the wife's license plate. So I'm going to say goodbye. Here, let me do this. You've seen the house. You've seen videos on the house, so you don't need to see that. Look it up. It's one of the videos. What I will do is put the top up while we're talking. Just in case some of you want to see that. Andy X, it works pretty much the same way yours did. It's a soft top. Okay? And here it goes down. It's going to go click. There we go. One of the differences, though, is my car has a back window. And yes, I can roll that back window up and down anytime I want while I'm driving. Kind of strange to have a back window that rolls down. Alright, everyone. I'm done with this video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, I'm going to put the random trying to record as I'm driving down the freeway stuff on the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know what you want, whether you want those out-of-box reviews. Because I can do those all day long. I've got probably 500 models up there. And a lot of them are things you guys just haven't seen. I got Babylon 5 models that were not made in general production. Stuff like that. So I don't mind pulling them out and doing them. So I'll talk to you guys later.